All right. We're going to talk about orientation. Yeah. So, we're going to talk about the WPR orientations. It has to do with the orientation circle here. Keep in mind that orientation degrees are not always rotational degrees. Sometimes they are, but not always. And that the WPR orientation values, they can change very drastically at times. You can see it. It's not going to be a linear, smoothly, kind of like a rotation. You're rotating a certain amount. You're not changing the actual speed that the robot is moving, but the orientation degrees can also change extremely rapidly. You can do a 180 in a blink of an eye at certain orientations. That's why you can't always take them to be actual rotations of degrees. Anyhow, what we're going to cover here is how to understand what orientation it is in, for example, right now. We're going to predict it. We're going to use these charts here, WPR circle. I got two of them here. And in essence, we're going to use the intrinsic transformation. It's just easier to do it that way. So, for instance, we're going to use the world frame here as a frame. So you're always going to start at the original position of your world frame. Let's say we want to get to this. Right? So you can see that essentially the X here, we did a rotation like this. Good. Okay, look. So that is a rotation along the R.
Okay.
And the order, you have to do the R first, then the P rotation, and then the W, if you do it intrinsically.
Okay.
So R is always first. And so the first thing I'm going to do, okay, that's all you need. So if you look at the position of this in terms of the orientation, you're going to see that the P and the W is essentially going to be zero. There's no rotation there. There's only one in the R. And, right, because you can have positive or negative values. So the R is going to the left. So you look at this, so it's going to be a negative 90 around. And you look over here, sure enough, R is a negative 90. Like that. So like for instance, if we go to this one here, okay, yeah. Right, you start off like this. And you're like, okay, I gotta do the R first. But I think of the R as the yaw. Think of a yaw, the pitch, and in this respect, you think of the W as the roll. But anyhow, so I'm looking at this. Okay, how can I get there from this, starting with the R? I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna leave it at 0.
Okay.
And I can look the next, the W. The P.
Yes.
This is the next one. I'm not going to mess with it. And then the W, I can look at this. If I do a W like this, I get to that. So I know I'm going to have to rotate the W. You put this behind it. You know, you can use your right hand. Your thumb is pointing away from your triad. You're looking at it. This is the positive direction as you do this. So then you stick the triad behind it. Get this little handy-dandy WPR circle. And look at this. It's going to rotate. So it's going to the negative, essentially 180. Okay. So it really, if it's a 180, you can go to the other direction. It'll still be. See. So either way, it'll give you there. It's about 180. So then you see that the W should be about 180 here. That's exactly what you have. See. So now, if you see this here, and you're trying to figure, okay, we went from looking at it and trying to predict it, how it got there. But now, if we give you a value, for instance, if I give you I'm going to give a WPR value. I'm going to say negative 90, 180, positive 90. How do I what is the robot going to look like when it goes to this position? So you start again on your original. We're using the world frame. You're going to make a W. Oh, wait, you got to cover? Yeah, obviously you got to go that way, intrinsically rotating it. So, I'll give you a sheet here. 1 second here. You line it up here. And so, right, the left is positive, and then the right hand side, you know, just like the right hand rule, positive direction, negative. So you're going to go 90. And then you're going to go P, you put this here for the P. So you did a 90. The P is going to be a 180, so then you're literally going 180. And then the W is a negative 90, so you got to come in here. You're going to always put this at 0. Okay, you got to keep in mind, the pointer for the W is the Z. The pointer for the P is also the Z, and the pointer for the R is the X. Right, because how do you know where your X is pointing? So the last one is negative 90, so then I go this way. So it will look like this. So if you punched in a point, the robot should be like this. Anyhow, so yeah. So now I'm going to give another set of values here. Have you tried? And what we can do is here, go to edit, and we'll just make a point here, and we'll move the robot there. Like this. And we'll make it a fast one here. Position. We're just concerned about orientation here. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to give it a try. So, for instance, make a W. So here's a triad. Come up here. So this is the original. This is the frame we start with here. The world frame. So try to make that happen. And here's the sheet here.
Yes. Alright.
And you probably have questions, so you can just ask me if you're stuck.
Yeah, start
So which
with,
one are you going to do first?
Gotta start with the R, because that's always where you gotta go. Now this is gonna be the...
Exactly, you always start
Yeah.
0.
Yeah, you gotta start at 0. So there is gonna be an R rotation 180. Because it's 180, it doesn't really matter.
R.
Oh. Okay. Oh, yes.
So you're looking from above, so right, you're going to an R. This is the pointer. The X is the pointer for the R.
Yes. So yeah. Can't I
Well,
just...
no, because see, the direction matters, and
Okay.
these Euler angles, you got to go to the right. Shortest path to get there.
Gotcha. Alright. Oh, I see. I was backwards. I was thinking of W. Okay.
No, you got to start,
Yeah,
You're going to see it like this. So you always got to think, okay, I got to go
Okay.
backwards because we're doing intrinsically.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so the next one.
Next one on that out. P is not going to rotate
So
at
what
all.
you put it
So
like
now
this,
the W.
you look at the pointer,
Yeah.
no movement. And then
Yeah,
that's it.
no movement at all. So now,
The next one will be the W.
yeah, move it to this guy.
Exactly.
Move it to this guy. Let's see. That's going to be W's 180, so it's just flips completely like that.
So it'll be like that.
Yeah.
That's
That's the position.
the robot will be in this orientation. The orientation, now the position will be whatever
Okay.
it is, because the position is the X, Y, Z. Yeah, it'll be like this.
Yep. It can be like that, wherever.
Now, watch this.
Okay.
I'm gonna randomly put the robot here on something. Oh, here, I'm gonna bring it to that. Here,
Yeah,
I can
this
just put
one.
it in right here. 180, W180, P0, R negative 90. Done. Let's go over there. Hey, go ahead and do it again. And then,
Okay. This guy here, that's how we start. First
Then I'm
things
gonna-
first, gotta start with the X at 0, going 90, negative 90, rotation there. When we get here, nothing because 0. And when we go over here, it's going to be 180, so it's going to be 180.
okay, so keep it like that. Now I'm gonna move the robot. I just punched those in. Oh, it says unreachable. Well,
Aw,
hold on a second. Let me, anyhow.
there we go.
No, it's,
Well, it wants to go somewhere.
I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do is, punch it up. Now I'm gonna try it. Well, I mean, it should get to that from here. Let me do it again here. 180 essentially 0 and then negative 90. Let's go, guys. Let's see if this one. This one. There we go. We did it. There you go. Yep. See.
Yeah, that's
it. Nice job. Now look at this. If you want to now, if you just see this, and you want to know, okay, what are the values? You want to go the other way.
Okay, so we start.
You start.
Normal?
Yeah, you start at whatever that frame is. And now you got to think, I got to do the Z first. So what effect did the Z have? It did have an effect, look, because you want to kind of line this up like this.
Okay.
So you see like, oh, okay, the Z is going to be a negative
yeah,
90. And then it's like, okay, what about the P?
The P is going to be a complete.
Not really.
It's not going to be a flip.
You can,
oh, yeah.
you got to think a step ahead.
Okay.
It's not going to do it. You leave it at 0. Because look, when you flip the,
Oh yeah.
See?
I see. Yeah.
and that's at 180.
Yeah. In relation to the Z.
So,
that
and then,
doesn't
so then you
change.
can write it down. You can kind of figure out what it is.
Okay. Cool.
Like doing like that. So look, I'm going to give you one here. I'm going to put it in join mode and I'm just going to kind of mess it up a little bit. Let's do something like this. Like this thing. Alright, try to predict what the WPR value for that is. And then we're going to see what it shows here.
So if we're starting like this, it looks like.
What can the Z do?
Yeah. What is the Z?
Look at the pointer. The pointer for the Z is the X. So use the Z to
X
point
is-
the X.
I see.
No. Z is always, only can do this.
Yeah, you're right. That's for the X, then it's going to be pointed there. Like,
No, you want to line it up
Okay.
essentially.
Okay.
I would go all the way over here.
Okay.
Which is, that's a good amount.
Oh,
but
yeah,
like
I
you're
see.
going way over there. So that's like negative 160 or something.
I see. Where I was standing, it didn't really look like it changed much. Okay.
So you can say like
So that would change.
negative 160.
Pretty sure you can just.
And now, hold on, but the P has to be next.
Okay.
Right?
Oh yes.
The order.
Yes,
P.
absolutely.
So what can the P do? Like you're over here. The P,
Can't change much.
yeah. Well, there's a little bit of a. Now you get this angle. Make the angle match with the P.
Oh.
Because look, and if you think ahead, the next will be the X.
Oh, I
And
see.
C,
Yeah.
and then oh, wait a minute, because hold on, you did initially you did yeah, like this.
R180.
You went here.
R2. Yeah, about that.
And so now the P, I would go like this, so they match. The P can do that,
Yeah, I see. So the V's are.
and now the X is the next one. Look, and then you do the
Then you
rotation.
rotate.
See?
There we go. Okay.
So go ahead.
Gotcha. Alright.
See?
Yeah. Starting off this rotation.
Yes.
Rotate so that standing here it would be easier.
And you
to-
put WPR circle underneath of it like that.
Okay. Yeah, start off by doing that. 0 to. It's going to go negative. Negative to about there, just from
Kind of
where I can
try to
see.
line it up. Yeah.
Yeah. About, a little bit more than negative 9.
Now here we're gonna do the Y part.
Rotate around.
You want to do that? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, about there. Rotate around.
You're trying to line these
yeah,
up.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
So
to
how much was that?
That's
The
about,
Z. So it looks like you're about 45 or something.
Yeah, about 45.
And that's positive.
Yep. Positive 45.
And then
And now on the R, but I can't.
now you're gonna do the.
Now I
It's
gotta
kind of
get on
tricky.
the
Here, I'll
rotate.
hold it. You gotta look from back here.
Okay, thank you.
And the Z is the pointer for the X.
Yep. So it would be odd one.
You gotta go this way.
So that's going to be more than negative 90, but less than negative 180.
Yeah. So hold on. You were like this.
Yep.
So you're going. Yeah, negative direction.
Yep.
Looks like about negative 170 or something like that.
Yeah, about negative
Or
170.
negative 170. Another negative. Yeah. 170.
Yeah, that's what we needed to get here.
Something like that.
Cool.
So we look over here. Right now is the current position in the world. It says R is negative 127. No. And it says P is 41. That's pretty close. And then the W says negative 141. Yeah, but sometimes you get a little bit. We got the signs right.
Mhm.
You can get a little bit disorienting. I mean, in terms of. And this triad is kind of. Yeah, anyhow.
Oh, it's okay. It's just a reference.
But yeah, look, we'll put the actual values here that it shows.
It's still helpful to get it all right in my head.
Yeah, that gives you some confidence. Negative 127, 41, negative 141. These values. But if you do it again, maybe it's just, yeah, anyhow. Yeah, you get a ballpark average of it. So look, if you are dealing with certain frames and you kind of look at the orientation, you might determine, hey, wait a minute. Right, if you have a tool with the Z pointing down, which is normally what it is, and you have a frame that points up, you should expect the W's to be about near 180 when they're kind of moving perpendicular. And if they're not, then you might say, oh, do I have the right frame selected? Maybe you don't. Or the tool wasn't configured right, and you have Z pointing up instead of down. Because if the Z points the same direction, then this is going to pretty much be closer to 0. Anyhow. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. Probably enough for it. Wow.
Thank you very much.
And here.